morning, everybody. I'm Tom Vasel.
Good morning. I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
Hey, we're doing a bunch of live stuff this week, going through just various things. And so we're going to be testing out mics and different situations. And you can't see it, but we have a really cool new playmat. But you can imagine it's good. Just want to make sure that the sound is coming through here. So we'll test that first, and then we're going to jump into our topic of the day. Greetings from the Czech Republic. Morning. Most people are just saying morning to each other. We don't know if they're talking to us yet.
I like to think they're talking to me.
Why would you say yeet?
Yeet. Yeet.
Well, I guess they are talking to you.
Oh, thank you, Twister.
All right, sounds is great. We're going to get started. So we're going through the top 100 here. I'm going to make this an annual thing. I think I did it last year. Just going through the top 100 on Board Game Geek, taking a look at it, and seeing what I think. Have you ever looked at the top 100?
No.
So you've never gone through it, so you don't even know it's there?
No, I mean, I've used like BGG, I've looked through games, but I usually look more categorically than ranking-wise. I usually know what I want, and I go look at that. So
I don't think you should ever look at the Board Game Geek top 100 and say, I should play every game there. I know a few people have. I haven't played all of them.
They actually have like that scratch sheet thing that people do, right?
I played most of them. Yeah, that's.
Oh, and so it's.
But you know those scratch sheet things work. We had someone come to the Dice Tower retreat because they got one of our scratch off sheets, and it said attend the Dice Tower convention.
Oh, really?
So she came to the retreat
because of that.
Just because so she could scratch
there
it
you
off.
go. I'm a fan then.
That is a great,
I'm back in.
Great reason.
I like it.
Alrighty, so let me see if I can pull this up here. All right, great. Great.
All right.
All right, so here we are starting at the bottom. I don't think Decrypto was there before. All right, so we're going to, you can tell if I played it or not because you can see the ratings that I have for them, and I'll fix them if I feel like they're there. So of these bottom four, which of them have you played? Any of them?
Yeah, Decrypto and Isle of Cats.
Well, I don't, but no, I just hate that name because it makes you say you like cats.
Yeah,
I love cats.
I'm waiting for the Isle of Dogs. I will be an insta all-in back for that.
Decrypto is, man, it's been a while since I played Decrypto. It's a party game. Did you just play it at the retreat?
No, I played it at one of our game nights here not too long ago, maybe a month ago or so.
That's right, I remember that coming out.
Right. So I got to try it and the expansion with it. So I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot, actually. It's a little bit more gamery for that party game style, so I liked it.
Decrypto is the highest rated party game that has the most useless expansion in existence.
Which one? That new one?
It has a Klingon expansion.
Oh, I didn't play. Oh.
No, like all the words are in Klingon.
Oh.
Yes.
I was thinking like window cling, you know. I was like, I don't know what to do with that, but all right.
Yeah, I think they did it as a joke. Just like you spent money on that joke. But it was like a little pack of Klingon cards you can get. They sent it to me, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Right. Interesting.
There are people who learn Klingon, and I just wonder, like, I would be more proud of my kids if they were good at a video game instead of knowing Klingon.
Yeah.
But, all right, we'll make fun of Trekkies later, or Trekkers. All right, Trajan. So you have not played Trajan.
I've not, no.
All right, so Trajan looks like it's a Feld game.
Oh, okay.
So it has, this is the main thing here. So you have these tokens, and you'll pick one up and move it around, and then based on a number of tokens in a spot, you'll take that action. And then on the board itself, there are like a gazillion different things, and they all give you points based on what you do.
Oh, okay.
For the life of me, I don't remember what all of them do off the top of my head because it's been a while since I played it, but there is no theme. Trajan is not in the game at all.
Well, that's a bummer. As you know, I really get into the themes of games.
Isle of Cats, congratulations, by the way, to Frank West for Isle of Cats getting in the top 100. That's a good game, very solid game. Polyomino game. I think it's the highest. No, it's not the highest rated Polyomino game. What do you think it is? Highest. There's a higher one, I think.
There's a higher Polyomino game?
It's been a while since I looked at the top 100, but it's a two-player only one.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. Patchwork, maybe?
We'll see.
Okay.
All right, so Isle of Cats, good game. Lorenzo Il Magnifico. That's a, I'm trying to think what game you've played. Have you played Golem?
I've not.
Okay. I really like this. Mike hates it, but he has bad taste in games.
I mean, it's ugly.
It is ugly.
Oh,
well,
I struggle with that.
So what it does is you roll these 3 dice. So the orange, white, and
Right.
black. So you get some numbers, and then you each have a worker who is the value of those numbers.
Okay.
So you have like your yellow, that might be the yellow orange. So you would put that somewhere as a 3.
Okay.
And then you're trying to get these cards and build these engines and do them. I really like it.
Okay.
All right.
So you roll the dice then, or is that like at each round? So the workers will
Yes,
change?
each round you roll
Okay.
the dice, and everyone has special power, so someone can use an extra die
Okay,
or
got
things
it.
like that.
Huh. All right. Cool.
All right, Tigers and Euphrates. This is one of the oldest games on the list. When I first was on Board Game Geek back in 2001, Tigers and Euphrates was number 2. It's dropped to 96, so you now know it's garbage. Actually, I gave it a 6, which is one of the lower ratings on the list. By the way, there's Patchwork. See,
That's right.
if I had slid up more. So Tigers and Euphrates, you've not played this one, I'm
I've not.
assuming.
No.
This is such a weird game. It's a tile laying game, but depending on how you place tiles, you're at war with other players. And then you pull tiles from a bag to see who wins. It's like an abstract strategy game.
And that's the only deciding factor is a tile out of a bag who wins? I don't.
No. You have you're pulling tiles from a bag and you have them behind your tray.
Okay.
I mean your shield.
Right.
So when I attack somebody else, I might attack. I might say it's hard to explain. There's internal conflicts and external conflicts, and if you have an internal conflicts, then you play red tiles. If it's an external, you play the color of the colors you're fighting over. Then you collect cubes, and at the end of the game, the smallest number of cubes, the color you have the fewest cubes in is your final score.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. I know you said interesting to be played, but
No, no. What I'm processing is I might need somebody who rated it higher than a 6 to explain the game to me.
no. But here's the thing: I once rated it an 8, then a 6, then an 8.
Oh.
And then it just waffles for me.
Okay. Interesting.
Russian railroads. Okay. Well,
Do you see a theme?
well, I don't mind that because, again, I don't think anyone has to have played these. Russian Railroads was just released in a packaging called Ultimate Railroads because they have Russian Railroads, German Railroads as an expansion, and Russian Railroads, American Railroads.
Okay.
This is another point salady type game. So you have these 4 lines of, there's 3 lines of trains. And you have colors on each of these that you move. The farther you move, the more points you get.
Okay.
But to move them, you use this worker placement board up here. And it's going to feel really tight. And what you will find is this is a game that I like playing. I'm very bad at it. But by halfway through the game, you can also clearly see if you will lose or not.
Oh,
Because you
okay.
get a certain amount of points every round.
Yeah.
So I played Warren and Sharon Madden.
Yeah.
And my friend Bob. And by the turn 2, they both they were in their hundreds, and I was like 50s.
Oh, okay. That can be
So
frustrating.
I was like, okay, so I got 50, and you got 70.
Yeah.
So next round, I need to get 90, and you still need to get 70
Right, they
for
need
me
to
to
not-
catch up. But
Yeah.
the points you get per
Okay.
round never go down.
Okay.
I really like it,
Okay.
though. It's
Yeah.
a really good game. It's
So
just
you
that.
had me until then. Yeah, I was definitely more interested in it.
All right, Pandemic Legacy Season 0.
I am in the middle of it right now. Yes, going through a 2-player season, I guess, of that. So really liking it. I want to say it's probably my favorite Pandemic so far.
I like the theming of it. I'm a big fan of the Cold War.
Okay.
And the little mini game they put in there, which I won't spoil, but the base thing. Have you got to that yet?
I don't think I'm there yet. I'm only in April or May.
Well, it's amazing.
Okay. Well, I just really like the idea of making your little teams and your teams going around. I think I will have a hard time playing vanilla Pandemic because of this one. Jonathan, my husband that I'm
Did you say
playing with.
Camilla Pandemic? That's a
Vanilla?
Oh, vanilla.
I know, people get them mixed up all the time. I am rather vanilla. But so we talk about maybe buying another season of this just for our base game, like not even going through the season, just that being our standard Pandemic. We like it that much.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, see, I really do like it a lot. So someone says I'm awkwardly explaining the top 100. It's different. It's weird. I'll explain the top 100 differently to different people. So if you've never played a game before, I'll say, piece together a quilt, leave no holes to become the button man. I can't do that. That's garbage. That's a sales tactic. So Camilla plays a lot of games, so I'm kind of trying to give it to her from that end. All right, Patrick, I gave a 6.5 to. Yes, I'm sorry. That's because Halloween patched Patchwork.
Ooh.
The Halloween one. Well, not really. I think Patchwork's fine. I enjoy it. I might. Okay, fine. I'll change this to a 7. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
That's peer pressure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't have to, Tom.
It all depends on the mood I'm in at any given point. I don't think it's 93 out of every game in existence. But anyway, all right, Raiders of the North Sea.
No, I want to though.
You would like this one.
I would really?
Yes.
I really want to play this one.
This is a worker placement game where when you place the workers, you do something, and when you pull it off, you do something.
Right.
So
I've
like
read the
that.
rule book twice. I just haven't played it. I like reading rule books. It happens. Don't judge me.
Twice?
Twice.
I read rule books and I fall asleep. All right. Rising Sun. Have you not played this?
I have zero interest in it.
But it's murder and death.
I know, but I don't know. I think it's the because it has not Rising Sun. Blood Rage is the one that's area control, right? This one's more like the negotiation and stuff. Is that right? Or are they pretty similar?
There's some negotiation.
Either way, both
They're
of
very
those,
different.
I'm like, eh.
So you haven't played Blood Rage?
No, I haven't.
All right. Well, I don't. Okay.
So.
What kind of death do you like then? I mean, these are like the deathiest of death games.
I mean, I'm picky in my death, Tom.
All right.
I can't give away all my secrets.
Lord of the Rings, Journeys of Middle-earth. All right, this is, have you played Mansions of Madness?
Yes.
Okay, it's the same thing.
Okay.
But Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I've actually dropped a little bit on my rating of this because Mansion of Madness gives you that horror feeling. It's really cool. Lord of the Rings gets a little samey after a while.
Is it still app-based?
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very app-based.
Okay.
Now, it does some things better. There's the way that it uses cards, the combat. They actually used a lot of it in Descent. Did you play the new Descent?
I haven't, no. But if this is like Mansions, but with the Lord of the Rings IP, I might be more interested in this. I do prefer Lord of the Rings over the Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft. So.
All right, Mombasa. I don't know. This is a game in which you are taking over Africa. Very strong colonial theme to it.
Okay.
But it's that theme almost means nothing. It's a stock market game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I'm not even trying to sell it. I like it, but Eldritch Horror. Have you played Arkham Horror or Eldritch Horror?
I've played Eldritch Horror, not Arkham Horror.
You like it?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to drop this 8.5. Don't yell at me, folks. Next time I reevaluate this.
Do you want me to do it for you?
No.
I got you. Right here. Is it this button? Let's see. What should we do?
I was just going to change it to an 8.
I think you 7.5 you said?
No, I said 8.
I'm pretty sure you meant 7.5.
You cannot.
Fine, because I was going to go 7. There you go.
I don't let anyone touch my computer. All right, anyhow. All right, so next. I still like Eldritch Horror. It's just that it feels unwieldy now compared to more modern games. I'd rather play, especially with Mansions of Madness sitting around.
I think it just felt so limiting with just the 2 actions that you could do that it just got so... what you do on your turn felt so small, and it just drags. I just really felt like it dragged. It drug for the sake of the story, which is cool, but like you said, about 3/4 of the way into it, I'm ready for it to be done.
Then don't play Arkham Horror, because it's even slower and draggier.
Noted.
All right, Dominion Intrigue is the expansion to Dominion. Have you played Dominion?
I've not played Dominion. Picky with them, but yes. I like deck builders where I have, I won't say control over my deck. I like to.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you wanted to switch internets.
Well, I just did switch internets. And I also plugged my computer in, because I don't know why that didn't happen.
Okay.
Milla's killing the streams.
It's still recording this, though. Are we back?
Oh, it says back again.
And that's
Andy
why I
says back
don't like
again.
Mike. Sorry. Folks who are watching, where did we miss out here? On the we switched internets. Where was the last game we were talking about? I think we were talking about Eldritch Horror.
I think they said the funny look you gave me on not playing. Not all the way back to Dominion, was it?
Well, Dominion, we just talked about like 1 second ago.
It's already gone.
It wasn't that long ago. That was 87.
I was that impressed with your description.
All right, Dominion. Let's go to Trois. We'll talk about Dominion again because it's higher up on the list.
All right.
Trois, I don't like, I said, because the game constantly does bad things to you. And I want to play against other... So I want to do one of two things. I want to play against the game.
Yes.
Where we're, the game's
We're
hard.
gonna go, right.
or I
But
want to
not
play
too
against
hard,
you.
so you don't like that.
Well, I don't. But I want to play against you with the other players. I don't
Right.
want to do both. I don't want to play other
Got it.
players, and the game is smacking me around. That's why I don't like
Okay.
Twilight. Any game that makes you starve and stuff, and then I don't know. I just don't find that fun.
It's like who starves the least.
Let's see here. Twilight Imperium 3rd Edition. All right, don't get mad, everybody. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna that's why is that a? Yeah, that's an 8. Sorry, everybody. But the 4th edition's out, so.
Oh, is it on the list as well?
It probably is higher.
Up higher.
It's probably
Okay.
higher. That's the thing about Board Game Geek, and that's one of the things I don't like about the rankings on Board Game Geek is they never go away. Mm-hmm. So, but things should by very nature. I think when Twilight Imperium 4th came out, 3rd should not even be on the rankings
But what if the
anymore.
3rd is better? Like, what if,
It's
because
not,
just
though.
because it's a new edition, I'm saying, but to counter your point, just because it's a new edition doesn't mean it's going to be better.
No, I know that. I know that's true. But the designer should choose. I don't know. I just don't like when you do the top 100 and the same game is on there multiple times.
I agree.
There's a more
I do agree.
egregious thing of that coming up later.
Okay.
All right, Battlestar Galactica, the board game. This I used to rank a 9. Now it's down to a 6.5, and that's not because of Unfathomable. Were you in the Unfathomable game, or was that Wendy?
I was not. That was Wendy.
That was a
You
long
got us
game.
confused. Are we that?
No, I just don't remember who was in that game because I was falling asleep during it. I was the bad guy, though.
Ooh.
I was. I like Battlestar Galactica fine. It's just too long for what it is. I like these games where you figure out who the bad people are, and there's so many of them out there now. This one has paled for me a bit. Besides, they're going to reboot Battlestar Galactica soon, and then this game, the people won't be right. Yeah, I don't know why we need to reboot Battlestar Galactica. Did you ever see the show?
No.
It's fine. All right. El Grande. Didn't you guys just play this the other day? Or were
We
you
did.
there?
Yeah, we did. Well, we played like half of the game, and then I started falling asleep. So
Well, it's a
I
9.
went home and went to bed.
It's a 9.5. You would not give it that, I'm assuming.
I don't know that I made it far enough. I mean, I think we made it through 3 rounds or so. I would play it again. I don't think it'd be a 9.5, but it would definitely be in my I like it category. I don't know how high. I'd need to play
people
the
can't
full game.
see. People can't. Hang on a second.
Because I'm in the way. Well, we are in the way, I
but
guess.
I feel like I can fix that. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this.
Or just only talk of the games on the top.
Yeah, but people don't need to see that top menu, is what it is.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
Got it. All right, we fixed that. So El Grande, a 9.5, but we'll need more time. Kalis,
Yes.
an 8.5. All right. Again, I don't want people like getting on my case here. I'm making a lot of changes here. That's not that big of a change. I like the new Kalis better. This was the first worker placement game, or the first main. It wasn't the first one, but it was the first main worker placement game. But what it had is it had this provost, so there's a track in the game, and you would build these houses on this track, and then you would put your workers out. But this provost, he needed to move to where those people were. If he didn't, those things didn't go off. So you would move him back farther just to mess other people over so their workers wouldn't count.
I don't like.
Well, you don't like being a jerk?
I like being a jerk. I don't like people are jerk back.
Fair enough.
So that.
Kalis.
You just talked about that.
No, I'm not having short-term memory loss. Architects of the West Kingdom. You've not played that one?
I've not, no.
It's another worker
I don't
placement
think
game.
I've played any of those Shem Phillips games.
All right, well, they're all great. This is my favorite, I think. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. Okay, so this is a cooperative game that's actually overly hard. But the story is so good, I enjoy it. It's essentially it's like a grim dark version of King Arthur.
Ooh, okay.
And so you're a group of, not heroes, so your town is a bunch of heroes that all go out and they don't come back.
You get to be the bad guy?
No, you're the backups to the heroes.
Oh.
And you're the heroes, but I'm saying you're not a heroic type.
Okay, right.
You're like the blacksmith
You're
went
the
out.
second string.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You're second string. So you have to go out and find out what happened to these people. The story is amazing.
Okay.
And I play on the easiest settings, the easy level, and I just have fun going on with the story.
Okay. It's a campaign, right?
Yes, and it's also a little more complicated than it should be because it's Awakened Realms.
All right. I think that's why I've not played it. It's just campaign games are so hard to come back to.
Keyflower. Keyflower is a bidding game, but you have these different color meeples.
Right.
And so you bid with these meeples, and it's been a while since I played, so I don't remember much more about it, but it's an 8.
Okay.
Grand Austria Hotel is another one of those games from the same people who made Leonardo da Vinci and those type of, not Leonardo da Vinci, the other games that
Magnifico, Lorenzo.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant. Lorenzo Il Magnifico.
Okay.
In this one, you're opening up a hotel and trying to get people to come. I like it, but it has a problem that people said the expansion's fixed, but I don't know. But it has a snake play method. So you draft the die and you do some actions with that. Mm-hmm. But with 4 players, it works like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, and how long is a turn?
I don't know. I've definitely sat there for 10 minutes. Where I took my turn, I was 1, and then I was like...
And what they do on their turn, does it affect you at all?
Not as much, except they might draft the die you want. So I can't even say, well, I'm going to take this die when it comes back on 8. Okay. I heard the expansion fixes that. I have not played it. But with 2 or 3, it's fantastic.
Okay.
Lords of Waterdeep. All right, you need to play that one. It's a great worker placement game. Very light compared to many other games on this list. And I'm glad to see it's still in number 77. Dominant Species. No. Okay, so this one I get a lot of garbage for on the internet because when it came out, I gave it like a 9 and said it was amazing and great. And it is a very, very good game. It's paled for me a bit because it's really long. In this game, you're a species.
How long?
3, 4.
Okay, not too bad.
It's not too long.
Okay, yeah.
But it feels long. It's a worker placement game, but there's also crazy randomness in it.
Oh.
Well,
in a 3 or 4 hour game?
Well, it's not randomness. Might be a wrong word, but like big take that moments.
Okay.
So you have a species, and you pick one of the things. Like you might be the spiders, and I might be the amphibians or whatever.
Okay.
They're just cubes, and you are evolving and growing and spreading. But I could be like, and you're all dead right here.
Can you recover from that since it's a 3 or 4 hour game?
Yes.
Okay. Huh.
They made a better version, I think, Dominant Species.
The marine looking one, right? Yeah. Okay.
Agricola. Agricola is the wow.
I told you going in. I was like, hey,
no. But no, this is one of the most famous games on the list, I think, and it's probably going to show up again. And this is one of those problems I have where the revised edition and Agricola is on it. But Agricola is just a worker placement, farming. Yeah. So you've never played any of the Rosenbergs. Agricola, Caverna.
No, I haven't.
Feast Rodin.
No, because they're just not. I like it to look good. I mean, I have nothing against farming. I grew up on a farm.
I would like to argue that mine look good.
Well, I will play yours.
All right, 5 Tribes. I know you played this because I saw you playing this at the retreat. No?
Agricola?
No,
you
5
moved
Tribes.
On? Oh, okay. Yes,
yeah, I moved on for sure.
Okay, all right, yes, I have played 5 Tribes.
What did you think?
So, well, I was a little distracted during it. I don't like snakes, and there's some cards that have snakes in it that were very distracting to me. But I liked it. I think I would definitely need to play it again because there's every color has a different thing that you get out of it, a different benefit. And so I really only focused on 2 of the colors because it was a lot for me to be like, hey, here's 5 different things that can do 5 different colors to do 5 completely different things, go for a long-term strategy. And so just learning the game, I really just focused on 2 colors. So I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but of course I don't think I can until I play all the colors and really have a full grasp on what you can do.
You can go for all the colors, but then you'll lose. I like it fine. People are getting my case. It's a 6.5. That's pretty good. But my main quality about it I don't like is the game has a weird arc that I don't find as interesting. As the game goes, it fizzles for me at the ending.
See, I was opposite.
Because at the end you have fewer moves.
I like that, but it's because the moves are more. At the beginning, when you can do everything, it's so open world that it's like it's not interesting because you can do anything.
Sandbox is the best.
No, I like make it hard, make it crunchy, and it just felt too open in the beginning. But those last 2 or 3 moves, I was really like, oh, don't do it.
I know people like it. I'm not
gonna do it. So, yeah.
Well, what do you do when do you like Sam Healy used to complain because someone walked by and be like, oh, I see a good move, and then they walk away.
I just assume they're speaking out of their nose.
And we are. Our nose. Anyway, Seven Wonders. Have you played this one?
No.
But you played? Did you play
I played
Architects?
Architects and I played Duel. But I've not played this one.
Wow. So you played Duel. Well, I think if you like Duel, do you like Duel?
I do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Duel's higher rated than this one.
Oh, really? Okay.
We'll find out as we go through.
Duel was gifted to me, and that's why I played it, and then I played Architects here, and so it's...
So essentially, if you want Camilla to play a game, give it to her.
Just give it to me.
All right. A T game. Teotihuacan, City of Gods. All right, I'll try it again. Teotihuacan.
One more time.
I can't pronounce it. I don't even try anymore. Anyway, I like that one. It's a good, solid game about moving. You move like these dice around and get resources to build a pyramid.
Okay.
You played one of the T games, right? Did you play the newest one? Tebenatsu?
Tabanusu?
The one that came out this year.
Yes, I did. I played that one.
That's the only one I haven't played yet. You didn't like it that much, right?
I didn't care for it. No. It didn't. I don't remember exactly, but it didn't do enough of what I liked. I don't remember what. I think it was I really wanted more focus on the actual pyramid, and I feel like that was such a small part of it that...
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I don't know if you like this one or not. This one has the most generally accepted liking, as you can see here. Voyages of Marco Polo, again from the same guys who made Grand Austria Hotel, and those guys live in the BGG Top 100. I like this one, although I like the Voyages of Marco Polo 2 better because it's a little less strenuous. You can do more in it.
So same thing, is it higher on the list, we assume?
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so
no.
you're the minority there. Okay.
No, I just don't think it got as wide of a release, actually.
Oh, okay.
All right, Clank, a deck building game. All right, well,
It's been on my list, but just haven't opportunity.
I don't think you should go out of your way to play it.
Oh, really?
You like legacy games,
I do.
so get the Clank Legacy. It's amazing.
Oh, okay. You
It's
said
my-
Clank, and that's what I was thinking of. So yeah.
Clank
okay.
Legacy is my favorite of all the legacy games.
Really?
Because you change the board and everything that you do changes every game, like
Oh,
massively.
significantly. Oh, okay. All
I
right.
really liked it a lot.
Maybe when we finish Pandemic Zero, I'll do that.
You might even, by the time you get to it, you might even be able to throw your son in the mix at least, or give him
Oh,
some
really?
pretty simple. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Just
because
let him
it's
feel like
basically
he's involved.
how far in dungeon you want to go to grab stuff and come out. Just you can make some
Okay.
basic decisions. The deck building, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong
And
on
it's
that.
cooperative, right? Not competitive.
It's definitely competitive.
Oh, it is competitive. Okay.
It's competitive,
I wonder
but
if
it's
he could
not.
do it. All right. I was just thinking about my son, if he would be. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. Anyway, okay. I'll check it out.
Robinson Crusoe.
Yes.
You like this one?
Yes.
It's bitterly hard. How many times have you beaten it?
I think my win rate's about 40%.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
That is-
You were
oh.
playing the game wrong.
What?
You were playing the game
Okay.
wrong. If you win 40%, that's a lie.
It's not a lie.
Ignacy says it's a lie.
Where did Ignacy say it's a lie? Oh,
He's
look,
told
he's
me in
not
person.
in the well, he did not tell me that. He doesn't need to either.
40%? Not in the first scenario.
No, the first scenario, that's not my favorite. I really like the volcano one. I probably played that one the
Okay,
most.
I beat the volcano one.
Oh, congrats.
Volcano.
40%?
No, not
Vol?
40%. I beat the game twice in my life.
How many times have you played? 4, 5?
No, like 15.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I lost.
I'm doing your 40%.
I lost with Ignacy. I know you were trying to get to. I've lost playing with Ignacy on my team.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Was he sabotaging?
Well, that's
That
very
seems like
possible.
he could.
He would too. I like it. I just found it to be too hard, and I really think they did a disservice to the game itself by making that scenario the first one.
Oh, I absolutely agree. In fact, I let some friends borrow it, and I told them, I was like, do not play the first scenario. I was like, I forget which one I told them, but I was like, don't start with the wood one. I like it, but it's by no means my favorite. I'm super excited about the
I
new
like it a
book
lot,
of the-
actually, but I think I
new
might
book.
drop it to an 8 soon. We'll see. All right, Race for the Galaxy. You haven't played that one?
I got distracted by comments. No. Wait, didn't we? Is that one that we played?
Oh, they said you alpha game the other players.
I do not alpha. Well, I'm very aware that I can alpha game, so it's something I'm very aware of and I work on.
Ignacy has a higher win rate? I don't believe it. He just changes the rules.
That just validates my win rate of 40%.
Alrighty. So you haven't played Race for the Galaxy, but you did play the new Terraforming Mars Ares project?
I did.
Okay, so has that, you play a
That's it.
card and everyone does the same thing?
Right, okay.
That's all Race for the Galaxy is.
Yeah.
So
Not
that would,
interested.
Okay, well, it's amazing, and you're wrong.
Okay.
Paladins of the West Kingdom, you said you haven't played any of these
Right.
yet. This one is ranked higher than Architects, which I'm surprised about. I don't think we'll see any more other than this, but it's a solid game. Fields of Arl is just like Agricola in many ways, but it's for 2 people.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of differences, but it's a nice back and forth, although there's an expansion that makes it go to 3. I've never seen it. Crokinole. That's the flicking game.
Yeah, no, I haven't played it. I know it though.
It's been getting played at Dice Tower conventions now.
It's more of an activity, isn't it?
No, I won't
not
say
thinking the
that.
right one?
This is Crokinole. You're thinking Pitch Car, the racing game?
No, I think I'm definitely thinking, maybe I just don't know the rules. I just assumed based on the look that it was a...
So Crokinole, the rules are essentially this. So it's, you, on your turn, the first person to go flicks their disc. And it has to go in between, I'll make the picture bigger.
Those little pegs, right? There's like
It has to go in here, your first one. After that, the other player then flicks their disc, but it must touch yours.
Okay.
Or it doesn't count. It comes off the board. Also, if they fly off the board, they don't count.
Okay.
If you ever get in a hole, you immediately take it off and you score, I think, 25 points.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then after that, you score points for each ring that you're in. But each person, you must hit one of your opponent's discs.
Okay.
So you're trying on your first shot to make it go in the hole.
Yeah.
And if you do, then the next person turn, they try to make it go in the hole. But as soon as someone doesn't go in the hole and they stay in that middle area, after that, you have to hit each person's. You're not allowed to get out of your chair. Well, there's actually, the rules are, there's a 1 cheek rule is what it says in the rule book. You're allowed to move that much. I like it, but if you play people who are good at the game, you will lose.
I will lose.
It's not an activity,
No doubt.
I don't think, in that regard.
I enjoy those kind of dexterity.
When I was a kid, we didn't have Crokinole because we were too poor. We had the one with the nets in the corners. Someone in chat will tell me what that's called because I don't remember what it is. Yeah, James has a good point here. James says it's exciting for folks who have not yet played so many of the top-rated games. So much yet to discover. I agree. Never feel bad that you haven't played all these. Instead, you're like, oh my word.
Right.
But I will help steer clear you from some of them. Quacks of Quellingberg.
Yes.
Amazing game. I love this game. Although it was not played as much at the retreats this year as it was in the past. I had 3 copies and I dropped down to 2.
I want to say I only saw it played once, the last retreat even. It wasn't. It was really not played.
But if you like push your luck or pull from a bag, it's a lot of fun.
Right. I really like this one. I think it's good too. Like you can play with a lot of different people. I mean, you can really get into the combinations and the statistics behind how you build your bag, or you can just play. I play with my son. It's like I always over push my luck just to make it fun. So I really like that.
Yes, but I'm telling you, this backfires me. So many times I play with my kids, and
it backfires you.
Backfires on me.
Oh, okay.
So many times I'll be like, oh, I'm pushing my luck again. Oh, I succeeded. Kids, gambling is bad. I played Ink and Gold one time, and I had like 30 gems.
Oh, really?
And I was like, I'll draw another card. And when I died, my kids are like, you're so stupid. I was trying to prove a point. By the way, this followers
Zegar
says Carome is the game I was thinking of. Carome is the board with the nets.
Thank goodness for Zegarson.
Zieg. All right, Android Netrunner. You're not missing anything.
Really?
I know, people are going to get really mad at me. Here's the problem with Android Netrunner. It's a very good game.
Okay.
It's very asymmetrical. There's a lot of rules. One person's a Netrunner going in, the other person's a corporation. The overhead, the effort to learn the game, I think, is like here.
Okay.
Like they call everything by weird names. Like it's not a discard pile, it's a whatever pile. And I had to watch the videos online to figure out how to play it because the rule book was like, it just was overwhelming. And then when you play with someone who's really good at the game, they're like, oh, you did that? It's a good game. I gave it a 7. I just find it's harder to get into now.
Okay.
I'm not putting the accent. I'll put the accent on any symbol. All right. Always correcting my pronunciation. Aeon's End. This is a deck building game in which you pick the order that the cards go in. It's a cooperative one, and you fight these monsters.
Right. Okay.
This one has paled for me a bit because I felt that it's very samey. I think the fantasy universe feels a little generic, and it's very puzzly, and I want to play a deck builder that's just really fast.
Okay.
Lisboa. It's the first game we've come across that I've not played. It's a Lacerda game.
I say it's Lacerda, isn't it? I've not played that one.
But you're building a city. I heard it's very difficult to learn and play. Someday I'll play it. That's not true. Through the Ages: A Story of Civilization. This is, have you ever played Civilization on the computer?
No. I'm trying to think if I played any computer game.
Really?
No.
Like, no video games? Ever?
I mean, I played Mario Kart.
Yes, that's very similar to Civilization.
It's about the closest I've come to Civilization.
All right. Well, I like Civilization computer game, and this does a good job at bringing it to the board gaming arena. Eclipse. This is a game like Twilight Imperium, except it's more economically based. They're still fighting.
Okay. Okay.
If you like a Euro, I always call it a Euro game. It's not. It's a 4X game, but it's shorter and faster than Twilight Imperium.
Okay, I'd be interested in that.
The Gallerist is another. You have played this.
I have played it.
You like it?
I do.
More than 6.5?
A little bit.
Wow.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
My thing with the Gallerist is it felt like a lot of work for the game. Fun did not seem equal to the work of the game.
Okay, I can definitely see that.
I feel like I would probably think that of all Lacerda games.
Right, I can definitely see that. I think it was. I didn't like it at 4 players. I don't know. I struggle with this because I liked it at 4 player because you got that push out action more, but then it also made it a little bit more of a drag. So I think maybe 3 is where I would like to play it. But so I can see what you're saying. I just think it's a different taste.
What would you give it?
Probably not at 4 players. Trying to put myself in that 3 player, which I've not had a chance to. But I would say probably a 7.5.
All right.
Yeah.
Azul.
Yeah.
So have you put? Is that the only one you played? The first one? Have you played all of them?
Those colors look familiar. I know I've only played 1, and it looks like that.
Well, if you played 1, you have. I want to say you played them all,
right,
but
and that's why I've not played any
the
others.
first 3. I know the one that came out this year. People say is different. I haven't played it yet, but the first 3 have a lot of similarities. You decided it was just
Yeah.
Well, I liked it. On Mars, another Lacerda game, which is another reason I haven't played it. I heard this one's even more complicated, but it's pretty. It's really pretty. I'm surprised you didn't get Chris to teach this one to you.
No.
He will.
Really? Maybe I'll ask. We'll see.
PAX Premier 2nd Edition. Mike has played this one. He's offered to teach it to us. And yeah, we still haven't played it. I don't know why.
Countries vie for the control of Afghanistan. Interesting theme.
Yeah, it sounds good. But I heard again, it's complicated.
Okay.
And I just haven't got around to it. Le Havre. That's a 10. Because this game is. If you're going to play one of. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. It's great.
It's good.
And it looks good. It doesn't look that good.
False.
But it's good.
Lies.
All right, Star Wars Imperial Assault.
No. Is that the one with lots of stuff, like miniatures and a tower and
That actually doesn't narrow games down these days. But
Star Wars?
no, this is a dungeon crawl.
Okay, that's not
That's
what I'm
Star
thinking
Wars.
of. That, no. Okay.
Originally, they made the game Descent.
Yeah, right.
So this is Descent.
Oh, this is Descent Star Wars.
But Star Wars. I mean, there's more to it than that. There's actually a second way to play the game where you can take a few characters and fight each other in a duel.
Okay.
But the main way to play the game is by going through and fighting bad guys. One person is the dungeon master and everyone else goes through and fights.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's good. You don't actually play like Han and Luke and Darth Vader.
I'm not Star Wars. That wouldn't sell it for me. Sorry, I interrupted.
You don't know who they are?
No, I know who they are.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. No, I just playing the main characters.
No, like, but they
We're
like
not.
show up in the background. Like Darth Vader, like, yo.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Mechs vs. Minions.
No, I want to though.
This one is good. It's a good cooperative game
Yes.
where you're these mechs and you program them and they just keep
Right.
moving around the way you program them.
I don't think I've ever played a programming game, so yeah, I'm really interested to play that one.
By the way, Mechs vs. Minions is not a robot game. Just clarifying that. All right, Clans of Caledonia.
Nope.
Now this one comes in a really thin box like Pandemic, but it's a pretty hefty Euro game about running your clan and getting sheep and cheese and all this stuff. I've really buffed mine out piecewise, but it's a fun game.
Okay.
Kingdom Death Monster, number 50.
No thanks.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
we were just looking at this to prep for this list because I'm gonna play it at some point. But you were not put off by the gore, were you? You were put off by the rule book.
The rule book, the textbook, like, oh yeah.
Well, what if someone teaches it to you?
I mean, I'd be willing to play it if someone would teach it to me, but I will not learn that game on my own.
We're gonna play it. Someone painted the miniatures for us. They look very nice.
Yes, they do.
That rule book is still, it's not daunting to me because of the size, but I assume these games have a lot of rules that you don't even need to look at until you need to get to them.
Right, okay.
I'm just, man, it's so gross. And every time I say it, people are like, you're a prude. I guess, but do you call the guy who, like, when the doctor's like, I'm going to operate, and you're like, no, I don't want to see that. Is that guy a prude?
Right.
I feel like...
Yeah, and I feel like it was an odd mix of artwork too. Like there was some, just looking through the rule book, sometimes it's anime, sometimes it's realistic. So, like it's just kind of a modge-podge of art styles too.
People love it. We'll give it
Right,
a fair shake. Well, you're not going to consider it a fair shake because we're already going in tainted against it. But who knows? Maybe I'll be like, I was wrong about everything.
I mean, yeah, it's quite possible. It's the rule book. I've read enough textbooks in my life. I'm good.
Nathan says he needed therapy afterwards from playing it.
Oh.
All right.
So grim, even. Interesting.
Seventh Continent.
Sold it.
Did you play it?
I did.
You didn't like it?
It was fine. Again, I don't care. It was too like open worldy. Like.
So you don't like that? You'd rather have like a focused path?
Or just interesting decision. I feel like this problem with Seventh Continent is I didn't solo it because it was a lot of to organize it and put it away and that kind of stuff for something for solo. I like my solo games to be quick setup, quick takedown, done.
Then don't solo Tainted Grail.
And so, okay, fair. And so I felt like with Seventh Continent, I want to play with more people, but the more people you have, the more different things they want to do. So then it's kind of like, all right, you know, it just has, once again, that alpha player and that, well, I want to do this, well, I want to do that. Well, neither of you are wrong, and there's no reason to do one or the other than this is what I want to do. So therefore, you just kind of float.
So you can't alpha game is what I'm hearing.
That is not what I said.
I know that's not what you said.
I said other people try to alpha game me, and
all right, well, I like it a lot. Power Grid.
No.
So Power Grid is one of the few Euro games that people who don't like Euro games often like, which is why it's there.
Okay.
It's an auction game where you auction these power grids and then build networks across whatever country you're playing in. The game comes with Germany and USA. But I really like it. It's very mathy. And again, normally that would be, I think, a turnoff to a lot of people. But again, I found out Z likes it. Sam liked it. Most people like it. I don't know why.
Is the bidding huge? Because I'm not a big bidder.
Yes.
I'm way too...
But you still might get what you want. I don't know how else to explain it because it just works.
It works. Okay,
Yeah.
then I try. I'm just picky with my bidding games.
Zolkin. That's another T game. I like this one okay. When I first played it, I gave it a mediocre rating. Then some guy, when I went to Vegas, forced me to play it again with the expansion, and I liked it more. So I hired him. That's not actually the case. In fact, after I hired him, he's like, remember we played that game? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Like, oh, that was you.
I feel bad about that. I should remember that more. I don't know why. But Chris got my rating up on this. It's the only game he's done that with, I think. All right, Eclipse, another version of Eclipse again.
Okay.
This is the new big giant version of it. I haven't rated it because I haven't played that version, but I'm assuming it's almost the same as the first one. Anachrony.
No, I want to.
I want to play it again also, and then I open up that box and I'm like, too much work. That big box I got has so many pieces in it. This is a time travel game.
Yep.
But it's not really time travel. In fact, what it's taught me is that we all time travel. So what you do in this game is you travel to the future and get resources from yourself. But then you need to pay yourself back.
Oh, okay. So you like take out a loan against
That's
yourself?
what a loan is, apparently. So past Tom is borrowing money from future Tom. So if you think about that, I'll tell my wife, we're not borrowing money, we're time traveling. It doesn't work, probably. But it is a really solid game. Underwater Cities.
No, I read the rule book. I was really interested in it, read the rule book, and then was less interested. It just seemed a little simple. But again, I don't know. I haven't played it.
Have you played Terraforming Mars?
I've not. It's not pretty enough.
Yeah, that's true. But Underwater Cities, I really like it because it's a worker placement and you play a card type thing. You're building this tableau. You might like it. I didn't realize this one had gotten up to 44. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
I
mean, I very much might like it. When I read it, I was like, wait, that's it? And so I think maybe playing the game and seeing those mechanisms in action, I might like it. But I just
it's a really good game.
Kind of felt like that was it. So I'll try it.
Barrage.
No.
Barrage is a really mean game. I like it.
Ooh.
You have these dams that you're building in power plants, and then water's coming in. Very little water's coming down this river, and you're trying to divert the water into power plants. The problem is you might put a dam here, and I'll be like, I'm putting one farther up the river than you.
Okay.
So I get the water before you
Before
do.
they get it. Okay.
There's a lot of that in this game. It's a heavy Euro game, but it is mean.
Okay.
The crew. I lost the crew publicly. I believe you were in that game.
I believe you did. I think we
fast.
actually lost it because you didn't follow my recommendation of
Yes,
using
I
the
know.
card that's necessary.
That's going to come back to haunt me.
Oh, weekly.
Anyway, we didn't even play this one. We played the new one, but I wouldn't be surprised if the new one also gets in the top 100 at some point. I think the new one,
so.
the Deep Sea, is better than the original crew, but I'd still give them both a 10.
But I mean, they're still the same. So that goes back to what you were saying before. Like, does a new game replace it? You know, like, do they both deserve to be in the top?
Well, like, look at Eclipse, though. Eclipse is a
thing.
second edition. It's literally the same game with nicer components.
Okay.
That's why I
true.
think you should pick one to be in the top. If they're different, but, well, they're always going to be different.
And that's the thing, because then you get into that subjective. They could argue.
But when I do the Dice Tower ones, I delete the duplicate entries. Like when we did People's Choice, I picked the higher one, we keep that one, and the lower one's out.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
Lost Runes of Arnak is really high. I wasn't expecting it to be at 41. I gave this an 8, which people always like, that's so low. Why do you hate it so much? I like it. The expansion, we're playing that next week.
Right.
Well, someone's playing it. It's going to be fun.
I'm playing. I think I'm in that one.
I think you are. Yes, you are in that one. I know you are.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm excited about the expansion because I really like what it brings, but I love asymmetry in games, and so I hope that those leaders give us just that little bit of edge.
Brian says, I thought Eclipse was a full rework. I know they changed things in it a little bit, but I don't know much more about it. All right. Where are we at? Pandemic Legacy Season 2. So this one you haven't played.
I haven't. No, we did Season 1, 0, and then we're doing 2 last. So I've not done that
2
one yet.
is going to be the trickiest for you. I don't know if you'll like it. In fact, I might drop my rating to a 9, which is still really high. It's the most open-ended, and I can't say more without spoiling it much, but you could possibly have an easier or a harder game of this, because I found it to be incredibly difficult.
Because of luck or because of the choices you make?
Because of the choices you make, which is also luck.
Well,
like, for example, Southern Continent, I say, I'm going to go this way, and there's a lion that eats me, and I go this way, and there's nothing. Because Shepman sit down and said the game was too easy. So I cornered him at a convention and said, how is it easy? And with them, when we talked offline, we were able to tell the spoilers because we both played the game. And when he explained, I was like, oh, yes, if we had done that, we also would have had an easier time. But we did something different. So I'd be curious what happens to y'all. Mansion of Madness 2nd Edition. We already talked about that. We both like it a lot. So great game. And I think they're done with it now, though. Not that that matters. There's like a zillion pieces for it.
I think they did say that. But
too many bones. I didn't realize that one made it that high.
I'm surprised it's
that
high.
Have you played it?
I've not. When you're talking
Mike's about to dive in here. Oh,
the overhead. I would love Mike to dive in here. If Mike, are you in chat? I would love Mike to dive in here and offer to teach me.
I think the overhead's not so bad.
Really?
If you have someone teaching the game.
Right.
And then you read your gigantic reference card for your character and ignore everything else.
Okay.
That's how I play all these games from them.
Yeah.
Marvel Champions. Now Roy will dive in. Roy would be mad that I gave it a 7.5.
That would probably might even be a little bit high for me.
You didn't like it as much?
I was fine with it. I'm fine with it, but that's about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. It was fine.
I like to point out there's very few games in this top 100 that I've ranked low. It's just that they look low compared to all the other ones I'm giving high.
Well, I mean, to be fair, 7.5, I still consider that to be a... If someone says, hey, do you want to play this? I'm always in.
Sure.
It's just not one that I might bring and say, hey, I want to play this. You know, but it's definitely, I'm always in to play this game. I think that's, so maybe between a 7.5 is where I'd put Marvel Champions. Like, I'm good with it.
All right, Maracaibo. This is my favorite of those style games. We already saw Mombasa, Great Western Trail. Maracaibo is my favorite. You're traveling your ship around in a circle, taking actions based on where you land. And I already mentioned Clank Legacy, so I didn't realize it was in the top 100, but I guess I'm not alone in this regard. The guys from Penny Arcade, you don't play video games, so they're a video game group that also does board games. They wrote the text for this, so I thought it was really funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really well written.
That's good.
Agricola, we've already mentioned. We saw the revised version, and here's the non-revised version, which you'd think the revised version should be higher by very nature. But
how long has the revised version been out? Long enough to be this high.
10 years almost.
Oh, okay, gosh, yeah.
It's just that, again, if you rate it the first one, you probably won't buy the second one and then go rate it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Especially since the revised version wasn't that revised.
Right.
They just fixed cards and stuff. Blood Rage, which you already said you hate it with a passion.
I said I have not
She
played
said she hates it and will not play it.
That is not. I said area control is not my typical style, but it has blood in the title. I'm willing to try.
Tom says Clank Legacy is fair legacy game rated at 9.5. Pandemic Legacy 0 rated a 10. No, you're right. I've been caught.
Oh my gosh. Can we trust anything?
There's a lot of peer pressure today. All right. Caverna. That's the game that I think is better than Agricola, and the people agree. 32 to 34, because that's a huge difference.
The cave farmers. What do you farm in a cave?
Mushrooms.
Okay.
Also,
Anything
they
else?
live in caves, and they're farmers. The game actually has a cave board and a farm board that's outside. So in the cave, you're building
they are
rooms and doing stuff.
cavers.
Yeah. They're cavers?
Cavers?
Oh yeah, get on my case.
I guess they.
All right, so they don't have many low ratings. Here's one I hate. I hate Food Chain Magnate with a passion. You've not played this?
I've not. It's one I'm not interested
Here's what I
in.
recommend. If you ever do play it, don't play with Jason.
Okay.
I've actually said that to you about maybe 40 games. But he and another guy who you have met at our gaming group, they taught this to me and Bob. We played a 4-player game. I've only played it once.
Okay.
And when we were done, I had, I think, 45 points.
Okay.
Jason had 400 some points.
Oh, I don't like, yeah.
Remember I mentioned the Russian railroads where you can see you're losing? Food Chain Magnate's even worse. And not only is it worse, but like on the final turns, I'd be like, oh, I'm opening up a lemonade stand. And they'd be like, and we're moving everything over here. We're going to crush that lemonade stand. I'd be like, I just opened it up. I'm losing. It's very much in your face, but the people who, I mean, it's number 31. People love this game.
Okay.
But I am not one of them. Also, you're never going to play it, and I'll show you why. Have you seen the game?
I have, and that's why I've not played it.
Oh, okay. So you've seen the board.
And just knowing, again, that huge disparity of, you know, it's if you get behind, I've heard that, I believe it's this one, that that first move is so important, and if you don't make a good first move, the whole game is wasted.
That's
and
ridiculous to me. I don't like games like that. Yeah, look at that board. Beautiful. It's really ugly. I don't know why it's so ugly. And then every time I say that it's ugly, people like defend it. They're like, well, you know.
But there's so much, I feel like there's so much you could do with that. I mean, look at the box is neat. You know, it has that old art style. I mean, they could have done so much more.
Wait, Alan, you said you snowball Food Chain. The score gap is meaningless? It's not meaningless. If you go home from a basketball game and you were beat 90 to 2.
You feel pretty bad about yourself.
Yeah. If you were beat 90 to 88, I would also feel bad because we're like, we could have won.
Right.
But at least I will be like, I could have won.
Right.
In that game I played with Jason, I couldn't have won.
If your first couple moves, you know that you've set yourself up to not win, what fun is it? I mean...
Also, that's not fun to me in a general sense when someone says, you need to pick one of these 3 things as your first move. Then don't make the other things even options.
Right.
Don't even make them options. Say you have to pick these. Put it in the rules if it's that important to pick one of those 3. Garbage. This game's trash. All right, did I infuriate the internet enough? All right, Puerto Rico. Okay, this game was number 1. Number 1 for many years on Board Game Geek. Now it's dropped to 30.
Is it the oldest game on the list, do you think?
You mean in this top 100?
Yeah, sorry.
No, because we already saw Crokinole was older. It's like in the 1800s.
Okay, right, yeah.
But Puerto Rico is one of the older games on here. I mean, it's almost 20 years old. We'll have I'm sure there'll be a 20th anniversary edition next year. I wouldn't be surprised. Really solid game. It was one of the first games, not the first, but the first game that say, I will pick this thing. Everyone gets to do it, but because I picked it, I get a bonus.
Oh yeah, okay.
Same thing from the Ares Project and other things. Really like this one. Everdell.
Real quick, I really did like this comment. I didn't see who said it. We're talking back about Food Chain Magnate. They said there's a difference between feeling like a player and feeling like a punching bag. Yes, I think that sums it up really well.
Can I quote that? I'll put that in the back of the box.
That. Yes.
Everdell, have you played that one?
I've not, and I'm so mad that I haven't, but I backed the big collector's edition because I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it, and it's gorgeous.
When's that coming out?
Like a long time. But because of that, like I haven't sought out an opportunity. Anyway, I don't want to go buy it because I have one coming, but it's not coming for like another, I don't know, 16 emotional years. So.
All right, Mage Knight the board game, which I'll only play with 2 or more players. I'm kidding. The solo gamers always say this is the best solo game ever, and they always yell at Mike because he doesn't have it as his number one.
Right? Up there with those 2.
You've not played this one. This is a deck builder of sorts. It's very complex, a lot going on. I like it fine, but an 8 for me is about the lowest 8 I can give something because I like it. But if you came to me and said, "Do you want to play it?" I'd be like, I don't know. You know what? It shouldn't be an 8. It should be a 7.
I've wanted to play this one. Because
I like it, but I don't want to play it all the time.
It just seems like a really fiddly game to learn on your own, and so I just haven't dove into it at all.
All right, Root. Have you played Root yet? Everyone was raving about Root last year, and suddenly no one's raving about it anymore. You are a different faction, but they're all very different in how they play.
Yeah.
You can see more about it. There's a lot of it online. Orleans.
Nope.
This is a bag builder. It's like a deck builder, but you're pulling pieces from your bag and then placing them on the board to do various things. I really like it. It's an excellent game.
I've obviously heard a lot about it, but I did not know. I am more interested.
Viticulture Essential Edition. Now, this is another one of those, why is it in the top 100? Viticulture is up higher on the list. I gave this one an 8, but I give Viticulture a 10. That's because the Essential Edition took out some of the stuff I like.
Oh, so it's the essentials like boiled down?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
It's probably higher than that, though. It's probably a 9. I mean, because I still really, really like the game. All right, Dune Imperium. I'm going to up this one later on to a 9.5.
Really?
I really like Dune Imperium. You don't like it?
I didn't say that. It's not a 9.5 to me.
Well, we're playing this live next week with the expansion.
With the expansion. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Here's another lower game for me, Arkham Horror, the card game. Z loves this game. I think Mike also likes it, or Chris. Someone else likes it. It's okay for me. It's just that when I'm playing, every time I play Arkham Horror, the card game, I think, why am I not playing Mansions of Madness?
Oh, interesting.
Because it's the same kind of thing, but you're playing with cards. Now, I realize there's a gazillion cards for the game. There's in-depth stuff.
The like Marvel Champions predecessor, is it that one?
Yes, there's some similarities, but not much. I got to be careful. So Lord of the Rings came out first.
Right.
And then Arkham Horror came out. Marvel moved back closer to Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I see.
As far as I can.
As far as like playstyle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Wingspan.
No, I've not really had an interest to play it.
Really?
I know.
But it's beautiful birds.
It is beautiful birds.
But we live in Florida, so we see most of these cool birds every day.
I will say, after moving to Florida, I'm more interested because I see all the birds and I don't know what they are. And instead of going to learn, I should just play Wingspan. So I'm more interested now.
Yes, that's why you play Wingspan. Well, I guess that's it's
a great reason.
All right. A Feast for Odin. It's the highest ranked of all the Uwe games, Agricola. And this one has the puzzle pieces, too, the polyominoes.
Right.
And I love this game. Such a great game. Brass, Lancashire.
Chris has been trying to teach me this game for a while. We just haven't gotten to the table. So.
It's tough. 6.5 is pretty high for me, actually.
Really? Wow.
I think it's a 6.
Or no, maybe it's Birmingham that he likes.
Yeah, it's Birmingham.
Oh, okay, never mind. It
was originally wasn't called Brass Lancashire. It was just called Brass. Then they split them off.
Okay, yeah.
Concordia. All right, this is a hand building game where you have a hand of cards, and you play the cards, and then you play a card that picks them all back up in your hand.
Oh, okay.
But you can buy more cards to put in your hand that do better things.
So like Aquatica?
Yes.
Okay.
Like Aquatica.
Okay.
Aquatica's better. But Concordia is a very good game. Terra Mystica, don't get in my case, everybody. You've not played this one. It's the biggest Euro-y game of Euro games. It says there's fantasy and stuff. Lies.
Oh.
It says expand your influence by terraforming and joining cults. I don't even know what they're talking about. You're building little buildings on a board, and you do have very specific powers, though. Like if you're the dwarves and you're the halflings, they have very different powers. I'll give them that, but there's no theme.
All right. I like theme.
Nemesis.
No, Nemesis, I've had the opportunity a couple times, but the semi-co-op, kind of been a turn-off for me. Not a reason not to play. I still need to, but just I've gone to other games every time I've had the opportunity.
You can play without the semi-co-op, I suppose. Like you could, but it has to be a player thing. You have to say, hey, we're all going to win. Yeah, that's why it's not higher than for me. I mean, it's very popular.
I think it's hard. The sim co-op is hard because people always assume I'm the bad guy.
I
don't know why. Well,
that's a lie. I definitely do.
definitely do. And so I'm always targeted no matter what I am. So then I get angry and then I become the bad guy. It just brings out the worst in me.
You don't want to say the worst. All right. Seven Wonders Duel. You've mentioned this already.
Yeah.
So I was right. It is ranked higher than Seven Wonders. This is one of the best two-player games ever made. It's really good.
Right.
Castle
like
of
it.
Burgundy.
Yes.
The quintessential, everyone always talks about Stefan Feld. This is the game they mentioned.
And I thought it was over. I don't know. I feel like it's rated too high. And again, I played a 4-player game, which I learned afterward is not the. But I remember like about halfway through, my leg was bouncing. I was just looking for anything to do other than play that game. I was just, bored to tears.
All right. Fair enough.
I mean, that's.
This one has dropped a bit for me. It's so ugly looking. I like it still though. I just don't like it as much as everyone else. All right, Scythe. Have you played Scythe?
I've not. Nope.
Scythe has the big mechs. You've seen that.
Right, yeah,
But there's
I know
not a lot
the
of
game.
fighting in the
Right,
game,
yeah.
but it's solid. You should try it. I think you might like it, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Twilight Struggle. Now this one's highly rated on Board Game Geek, not because everyone should play it, but because people who don't play it don't rate it. Therefore, it doesn't go higher.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't go lower because a lot of people aren't giving it low ratings because they're not playing it. If you
Right.
play it, you have you're already kind of
Yeah.
programmed to like it. It's about the Cold War. It's an area control
Which you said
game.
you like a lot, right?
I really
You
like
that theme.
Okay, I mean, I like the theme of the Cold War. I actually don't want the Cold War to be not fair. Like, oh, the Cold War's coming back. Yes. But I really enjoy this one. Great Western Trail. This is the highest rated of those games.
We talked about that the other day. Like the theme, just I always want to play it, and I hear about the.
You don't want
the
to wrangle
mechanics, I'm
cattle?
like, oh, no, I don't.
All right, what about Spirit Island?
That is probably my #1 game of all time.
Really?
I love Spirit Island.
Well, then
yes.
I'm rated a 10. Then.
Yes, I'll do it for you.
No, you would stop. You cannot.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. You're actually gonna let me do it.
I typed a 6. Really, you like it that much?
I really like it that much.
You know, Z doesn't like it that much. You should
didn't
talk
know
to
that.
him because Z said it was okay, and then everyone who watched our review said that we all hated it.
Really.
We don't hate it. I think I gave it
The problem
7.5.
is, I see what they're saying with the issues of it being fiddly, of it being.
It is.
Oh, like I definitely see that, but that's one of the things. I hear it. I agree with you. It doesn't bother me. It plays into the theme. I feel like the fiddly nature really integrates well with the theme, and it's done, and so it absolutely doesn't bother me. This one is probably a 9.5. That.
Wait, you just said your favorite game of all time.
Doesn't mean it has to be a 10. Doesn't mean the game's not flawed.
So no game's a 10?
I didn't say that. It just might not be my favorite. I can recognize it has flaws and it still be my favorite game. Perfect things.
No. A 10 is not the number of flaws a game has. A 10 is your liking
10
of the
is-
game. You can give a game a 10 that has flaws. A 10 is your rating, not how perfect it is.
But no, because I can recognize it has flaws and it still be my favorite
Do you rate
game.
your family a 10?
Who?
Your husband and your son.
Okay, well,
Yes, I want to be clear. I rate my family a 10.
no, you can love something despite its flaws.
Also,
but
my
its
wife
flaws
has
are
no
still
flaws.
There. Like,
My children have many flaws, but I still no. But your rating shouldn't be how many flaws it has. That's 2 ratings.
okay, I'm trying to think any game that I would give a 10. That's going to be a long thought. I'll come back to that.
All right, we'll
in a
come
couple
back to that.
videos.
That's
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
whole separate video.
That's all right.
All right, War of the Rings 2nd edition.
No.
This one, again, is people who play it are going to play it. It's great. You should see my War of the Ring now. Those new pieces I have it are amazing. Fantastic. Through the Ages, there's another, again,
Yeah,
this is literally the same game with some slightly advanced change cards and better components. And it's on the list twice. That bugs me. Star Wars Rebellion. This one is Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. But you don't like Star Wars. Okay, moving on.
I'm fine with them.
Gaia Project. This is Terra Mystica earlier.
Right, the earlier
same game, but better. They fixed a lot of stuff, and it's in space. The space thing doesn't. It adds a little bit to me, but that's not why my rating for it's higher. I think they just streamlined it, made it a slightly better game. Although obviously it's ranked 7. That's why I gave it a 7. And then I gave Gloomhaven, the Jaws of Lion, a 10. So you've not played Gloomhaven yet?
Not played Gloomhaven, no. I'm working through the Jaws of the Lion campaign right now.
Oh, you're playing this one?
Yes, I'm playing
like
this
it?
one. I like it.
Who are you playing?
Hatchet, of course.
On that, we're agreed.
Yes.
Did I show you my hatchet I got? I got a separate little hatchet.
No, is it for the favorite hatchet that like goes on top?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want one. I have to set up my 3D printer still, but I'm going to.
I'm taking a hatchet guy and moving him into my Gloomhaven campaign.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can put him back and forth.
Okay.
So I really,
He's so much
he's
fun.
my favorite character
fun.
of all the Gloomhaven characters so far. All right, TI4.
No. Oh wow, that's because TI3 was
Much
like
farther
high
down,
90s.
yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
You said it's ugly, which
It
it is. But I still give it a 9 because it's great. Here's Brass Birmingham.
Okay.
This one's very, very popular. This is another one that's lower, but unlike where I said Food Chain Magnet, whatever, Brass Birmingham, I see why people like it. It just has no interest for me. I don't like this game. It feels like work to me, but I get why people like it. And I'm saying that because some of them are coming gaming tonight, and I don't want them to yell at me. But they really enjoy it.
Right.
Pandemic Legacy Season 1.
Yes.
You did like that one.
I did like it.
Did you win it? The final mission?
No.
Yes.
Down to the very
Smarter
last
people.
card play.
Really?
Yes. And we lost it. And it was like 50-50 chance on the last card. Yeah. No. It was really sad.
All right, then Gloomhaven. But I know you see if you like Jaws of the Lion, you like Gloomhaven. They're the same
Right.
game. Jaws of the Lion is just a training program to learn Gloomhaven. There's a few minor changes.
And it's like I think I
that
like
they
the
add.
gameplay, but again, it's just that investment of like the setting up and I mean all the known flaws of like the table presence, the time to set it up, having the space to play it, the time to set it up, the time to tear it down, that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'd ever table it, which makes Jaws of the Lion a sweet spot for us.
I wasn't expecting 1,000 people to be watching this.
Ooh.
This wasn't as much of a deep dive as you might think. We were just kind of talking about them. So a couple things I'd like to reiterate. First of all, I don't think less of anybody for not having played all these games, or if you played none of them, that's fine.
Yeah,
Play the
for
games
sure.
you want. Don't feel put down. These are just ranked on Board Game Geek highly.
Well, a lot of these, I mean, it's opportunistic, right? Because I mean, I've only been into gaming for probably going on 3 years now, which is very, very green, right? If you look at people like Tom, like Z, that kind of stuff. And so
it's kind of a weird thing, but yes.
Right, and so, but I also feel like a lot of these games are olders, and so it's have I had the opportunity to, you know, it's that sweet spot between playing some of the classics so you understand like where the mechanisms come from, but also playing the new stuff because
it doesn't help that she's here at the Dice Tower.
Right, that I now finally have
We're always
access.
like, here's a new game.
Right, and I'm like, okay, you know, and so it's been that where before if I wanted to play a new game, I had to go buy it for myself, and so there's that investment period of buying all these games, these older games, to find out if I liked them or not, or just to see the history. So again, I'm not embarrassed. I haven't played many of the top 100. It's just what I've had access to. So.
Yeah, someone was talking about this on Facebook the other day. I saw someone mentioning it, basically saying, if you haven't played a lot of games, then maybe you should kind of not throw out your opinion on a game. I think you can play one game, never having played any other game, and give an opinion on it. But I do feel like if you play a lot of games, your opinion can be more nuanced.
Okay.
Because I can say, well, I played this game, it's like this. I played this game like this.
It can
I'm
also
not
be
saying
more
it's
jaded, though.
It is more. It can be, but I'm saying I want to be careful. I don't think that, like, I played more games than most humans. That doesn't mean my opinion is better. It just means my opinion has more data points, I guess.
Okay. And I feel like maybe the more games you play, the more you learn about yourself, and the more that I think your rating is a true representation of what you like, your play style, your preferences, the things that bother you, things like that. Because if you only played 5 or 6 games, which I have played more than 5 or 6 games, but if you only played 5 or 6 games.
This week.
So, yes. But if you only played 5 or 6 games, then you're like, oh, that was fun, but your scale of what is fun, why is it fun, you don't know your style enough at that point. So I feel like the more you play, the more you learn about yourself. So the more, it doesn't make your opinion more valid, it just, you're able to validate your opinion more, or substantiate it.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, again, I feel like there's so many games to jump into, and there's games in the top 100, I'm never going to play them, probably. Of course, I did say that about Kingdom Death, and we're going to play that. But like the Lacerda games, I think there was, 3 games I haven't played in the top 100, maybe 4. I guess there's a little bit of pride to that, but again, I've been in the thing longer. We got any questions here?
I haven't seen questions come in.
Any quick questions before we jump off here? We'll be back, by the way, at 3 o'clock with Shoots and Marbles. Or my marble tie.
Oh, I thought they were gumballs. I don't know why I thought that now that I look at it closely. Just ignore that comment.
Don't.
Carry on.
Okay, you said that me and Z were old, is what Michael says here.
Did I? I don't think I did.
No,
but
you
I
did
wish
not.
I did. That would have been. Yeah.
Z doesn't get called old very often,
He's
so this is
also
good for
really
him.
close to my age. I think he's probably the closest in the. No, I take that back. Roy is closer, but.
Rococo's. Well, again, another thing I want to point out there, before we jump into the questions, is that just because a game's not in the top 100 doesn't mean it's not amazing. Every year, fewer games can be in the top 100 because more get made. You know, like 700 games came out this year of value. They are not going to make the top 100. In fact, none of them have yet. I don't think there's any 2022 games in there yet, but they'll get in there next year.
Right.
Arc Nova will be in the top 100 next year. You watch.
Oh, is that a prediction, Tom?
It is a prediction, but I'll make my predictions in 2 weeks, so that may or may not be one of them. All right, which game interested you the most?
Either Mechs versus Minions, probably Scythe though, maybe even Gaia Project, but I think Scythe.
I think you would like Scythe. I might be wrong on that, but it's a really
I've
solid
had my eye on
game.
it for a while. I like the art. I don't know why I haven't got. Probably just opportunity. Haven't gotten to the table. I think probably Scythe.
Let's see. Now do 100 to 200. maybe in the future. Tomorrow, I'll be taking a look at the games from 2021 as a whole. We're just looking through them. I won't be telling you our favorites because we make those lists. You just finished yours today, or you're finishing it?
I'm finishing it. I'm honing it down. Yeah. Honing it down.
And we just got a new one in. We got 2 new ones in, but we can't. You'll never finish a year if we go by that.
Yeah. I've not played. If I am the she, then no, I've not played Cosmic Encounter. Do not mix up gumballs and marbles.
Which game would you add to the top 100? What game should be in the top 100? There's a lot of games that should be. Let me. I'm gonna quick do something. I want to show you guys. Let's see. How do we go back here? Is it here? No.
You know what I think's missing from the top 100?
If you click on the number of voters for a game, so that will bring you. Oh, hang on, I gotta do it the other way because it always, for some reason, decides to do it by the lowest number. So here's an example. Pandemic is ranked 105. I think Pandemic should be in the top 100. Base Pandemic.
Still though?
Yeah, because it's a really solid game. No, you don't need to play the legacy ones.
No, but right. But I mean, do you think it's still, or do you think
I do.
that it's gotten better? You don't think any of the other ones, any of the other iterations?
No, I like the other iterations better, but I don't think they necessarily should be in the top 100. I don't think everyone should be out hunting down the World of Warcraft.
So they're better.
No, there's a difference between
you mean
my
like
personal
your,
ratings,
right, the overall.
like what games
okay,
I think
agree,
should be in the top 100.
I agree.
Dominion's not in the top 100 anymore, which I was surprised about. I mentioned the upgraded version was, but not regular Dominion. Codenames is 101.
There weren't any.
Ticket to Ride should be in the top 100. Okay. One of them. The game is that popular. It's a great game.
One of my favorite mechanisms is real time, and there were no real time games in there. Were there?
Because some people hate them with a passion.
But some people love them.
Have you played Captain Sonar yet?
I haven't, no.
All right, so the next con, you're going to join me and Z, and Eric Summerfree's there.
Okay.
And we'll take on anybody, any 4 people, and we'll whoop you. You better not fail me here.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll read the rulebook beforehand.
Let's see, what other games should be in the top 100? King of Tokyo, maybe?
Okay.
Dixit would be a good top 100.
There also weren't any kids games, which I mean, I guess I could see that. But there's still really good kids games out there.
I agree.
Like that's really sad. I think. There are really many welcoming games. Sorry, I'm processing this.
Oh no! I'm just looking through the thing. Okay. How much of a difference do you think a game should have to warrant its own entry? Name. No, I'm serious. Like if it's a new name, well, even that's kind of tricky because there's games that have a new name, but they're literally the same game. I don't know, but I'm telling you, the difference between Agricola and Agricola 2nd Edition is very small. The differences between the Eclipse is, I don't know. It just makes the top 100 less interesting when there's, what was there, like 6 or 7 duplicates?
Right. And again,
in
speaking
there.
of these games that we think should be up there, I mean, Pandemic was 105, so it would have been up there if we'd taken a couple of those out. You know, some of those, you know, TI 3 and 4, and I don't know, what are the other ones? Like if you'd taken some of those out, some of those other, there would be space for those other games. So how much difference?
Michael asked, like, what games will we add to top 100? Tomorrow, when I go through the 2021 games, I'm going to make some guesses as to which games I think might hit the top 100 in the future.
Were there any there you haven't played? Oh, okay. Other than like the
games you haven't played,
Lacerda?
which one would you try first? The Kingdom Death Monster, I guess. But
Oh, I guess so.
of the 2 Lacerda games, I don't know. Lisboa sounds like it. When I know about the game, Lisboa sounds more interesting than the game. But I love sci-fi, so On Mars. And On Mars looks so amazing.
It does.
But no, Joseph, I said fewer games could be in the top 100 because there's more games in existence. So, okay, I said that wrong, but you know what I meant. More games can't be in the top 100 is what I meant to say. Oh, so you already answered that. People are asking the same questions.
Do you
Wait,
think?
do I have the metal mechs for side? No, because I'm not rich. They're really expensive. Also, when you paint a mech, it doesn't matter.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And I have painted plastic mechs, so I don't want to buy the metal
Yeah.
ones to get them done again.
That would look cool, though. Do like some rust if that. Oh, that would be.
Maybe you can do that on a plastic one. I don't
But
think.
it won't be like heavy like an actual mech.
I don't care. The weight of something when I pick it up.
Oh, I do.
Alrighty. Well, we're just getting the same questions over and over again.
Oh,
So,
you are scrolling fast. All right.
sorry, I read really fast. All right, so we're going to end here, folks. But we'll be back live at 3 o'clock with Shoots and Marbles. And then tomorrow we'll be doing this live again. Also, tomorrow's crowd surfing live. Then Thursday. There's live stuff all week. But next
All
week,
week. Next week.
Winter Spectacular.
Yeah.
Camille's a big part of that. I think you're doing your top 10.
Yes.
Playing some of the lane games live. We're doing some Four Squares live. I think you're in one of those.
Yep, I'm on Foursquare. Yep.
So it's going to be exciting.
Very
So,
exciting.
Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vasel,
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
and you've been watching The Dice Tower.